Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this projector. It is called Artlii's Energon 1. It's a beautiful, really big box. You can see that the packaging is phenomenal. And the presentation, that once you open it, the picture that is inside of it, and the way that they put everything together is on a next level. So once you take everything out and you can see that there is a little black box inside of it. Alright, so it's time for you to click the subscribe button. Plus, you can share this with your friends and family. Also, there is a notification button. Click on it. This way you will be notified once we have a video out. Also, if you like this video, click the like button. It really helps us out. Plus, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We love to help you out ASAP. And once you take that out too, the components that are part of this is an instructional manual, which is in 2 languages. It has everything included in it. And also it came with a little paper for the warranty and policies, and also comes with a HDMI cable, which is 2.0. Also it comes with a power line, and also it comes with a little AV adapter, so this we can connect it to older type of connections. Plus it also comes with a beautiful little remote. And now let's go through the projector itself. It has a nice cap in the front. Also it has a lot of holes in the front for ventilation, and also the speakers built in to there too. It does have a little spot for the IR sensor. On one side you're just going to see some holes for ventilation, and also that's where you're going to be hearing the speaker. And then going to the back part of it, so from the left hand side you have the VGA connection. If you have older type of laptops, the next part is the SD card slot, which is a full SD card slot, and that way you will be able to play your movies and pictures or songs from that. Underneath of it you have 2 USB connections. The first one is USB out, which means is you can charge your phone with that. It is 5 volt. Right beside that you have the USB connection. Again, this way you're going to be able to connect your dongles to it. If you have movies, it will be able to play. We will show you. Also beside that you have 2 HDMI connection, and you have the headphone jack, and this way you will be able to hook up a speaker to it. The next part is the AV port, and there is an AV extension wire that you will be able to connect it to older type of devices such as VCRs. The next part right underneath of it is you're going to see the power connection, which is a full 110 DC connection, and then you have a power switch, so this we do not have to unplug the projector itself while you're not going to use it. And then on the right hand side of it you have a little filter that is set up, so this way when it's breathing you will be able to make it a lot easier. And then going on top of it, on the lens part you have 2 little sections. The number 1 part is going to be focus, and right behind that is going to be the keystone correction, and this is where you're going to be able to maneuver and fix the corners, so that way you're going to get a perfect picture on your wall or on the projection screen. The next part is the navigation keys, which is on the top. Again, it's going to match exactly what you have on your remote control, but you will be able to have the power on and off, and also navigation keys, so that we will be able to connect. Your source button is there too, and also you have the menu button, so this way you will be able to play around, and we will show you in a few seconds using the remote itself. Now this projector is very nice. It will start giving you a proper picture once you have it about 1 meter back. Going to 5 meters you will be able to reach up to 163 inches. After that it will go out of focus. For us, while we testing it, we start getting roughly between 83 inches up to the 120 inch perfectly. After that it got out of control and we could not really focus it, except that the menus are very nice, and once you see everything it looks very slick. Now going in the bottom part, before we can show something on the screen for you, is going to be your connector. So there is a little filter in the bottom that you can switch, and there is one part that the legs itself you have to unscrew it, and there is 4 parts of it that you will be able to connect this on the ceiling upside down, and there's going to be connectors there so you can connect it. And no, you cannot connect this to a tripod for the weight itself. It is a little bit heavy weight. So now we will go ahead and going to directly use our camera to talk and also going to show you what we found out. So using the remote itself, it has a button called menu. Once we press it, we will be presented with this page, which is perfect. So picture mode is standard. We can change this to a different mode and it will change the temperature of the picture itself. So you can see right now is dynamic, and we can change it to personal and also standard. The one that I always use is going to be standard. You do have a little button that we can go back, and this way it will take us back to the main screen. But once we go back to the menu itself, now going into aspect ratios, there are little different ones. So we can click on zoom 2, which will really zoom in a lot of things for us, zoom 1, and then 4:3, which everything has been squished if you have a widescreen videos on, also 16:9, and also auto. So when we go to something like a VCR, the 4:3 will be the best menu to play with. But right now, let's just get out of this. I will leave this on auto and we will return. The next part is the projection direction. This way, if you have your projection hooked up to your ceiling and it is upside down, this is where you're going to go in order to fix it. You can see right now it is backward, and once we go, it is upside down. So if you have it anywhere that is upside down, this will work too. And if you have it in a rear projection, or you want to do a short throw projection with a mirror in front of it, this would really help you out. And the next thing is the reduce display. This is where we're going to go to get the sizes that we're looking for. Remember that this has zoom. So this is the zoom that they were talking about. So you can see that if we go over 100 and you want to jump to the smallest screen, is going to be 25%, which we're getting about right now is 32 inches out of it at the moment. But if we want to go back into 100, it works beautiful. Now, if you want to make it smaller, we notice that once we go to around 84 or 85, it is start going to go a little haywire and it's not going to show us a proper picture. There you go. Did you see that? So there is an issue that they haven't fixed yet, but except that if we want to go to a little bit smaller, then it will work good. But if we want to keep it between that 83, 84, then we will have this little issue. I'm sure that they're going to see this and fix it. And by the way, I want to mention that you can see that it is at daylight and we don't have a really dark room, but you can see everything clearly. So this projection screen does the job accurately for you into a proper number. So we will take it back to 100% and then we will get out of the screen. There you go. Now we will go back, and this is how this part is done too. So if you go back into menu, that was the last part. The next part is going to be sound. Now everything is going to be the same, and we haven't turned on the surround sound. You can do that if you have your videos on a USB and you want to play it and it is going to be surround sound. Go ahead, turn it on. This projection screen has an awesome bass speakers and it will really help you out. So we will get out of this too. We will just say back. And we will go to the next part, which is going to be timer. So if you are very, very tired and you want to watch a video, but you don't know when it's going to end, you can leave a timer and it will just shut off by itself. So this way, you're not going to use the bulb inside of it. The next part is the OSD, which will be the language. And also you can factory reset any settings that you have done. And if you have any duration, and on top of that, if there is a software that you got and you want to hook it up through USB to update it, this is what you're going to use to process. The next part that we really like is going to be source. This is where we went to get our VCRs hooked up, and we done some little videos that is going to come up right now in a few seconds. Except that you can go to your SD card, which we showed, you can hook it up, and also USB. So if you have anything to VGA connection, this is where you're going to select. And the next part is going to be HDMI 1, HDMI 2. We are connected to HDMI 1 right now. Now we wanted to connect the AV port. In order to do that, we had to dig out our VCR. The VCR was really dusty, so we had to dust it first, and then we had to make sure that it turns on, and once that's done, we had to connect the RCA connections, which is the red, the white, and the yellow. And once that is done, we had to go next and connect that to the projector. And once that is done too, we have to find a video. So we found one that is called Starship Troopers. Now, when there was Blockbuster, this is what I bought, and it was an open box. So yes, we got a discount, but here you go. We put it through the VCR itself. It went in. And we pressed play. This is the quality that we got. Again, it's not bad for a VHS. And you can see that it works perfectly. And we were able to see these scenes. I am very impressed. The next part, and also the last part that we want to cover in this video, will be the noise. Now, when it's totally silent and we just going to have everything in mute, the dB of the numbers that we got is this number. Now, once we went to a full burst sound, this is the number that we have received. Also, when we put it on the light projection to see exactly how much light it will preserve, and also shows for us, this is the number that we got. When we zoomed in to see if we can see any pixels, it is right there because this is 720p native resolution. But when it outbursts to the screen, you will get it really cool quality. Remember that this is beautiful, and yes, you will not really see that much pixels when you sit back and watch and play video games, or you want to see some movies on this, as I am showing right now.
क्या है इसमें? बरगोली है, अतरंगी है, हीरोइन की तरह कपड़े सिलवाती है। बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स है तुम्हें।
So this was our take. I hope you guys like our video. Links will be available where you can order this from. And also if you need more additional information, it will be available on our website, which is xctex.info. Except that, make sure you give us a thumbs up and also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and other social networking places. And thank you.